Hello everyone, myself Heli Mehta, working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is web programming. Our unit is second, that is HTML and CSS. So today's outlines are introduction to CSS and basics of CSS. In introduction we will see what is CSS and what is the importance of CSS, and in basic we will see basic syntax and structure, class and ID, and types of CSS, and multiple selector and multi-level selected. So we will see one by one. So first of all, what is CSS? So CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay, so CSS stands for cascading style sheet. It is a simple design language intended to simplify the process of making web page presentable. Okay, so we are using HTML for designing the web pages. Okay, now CSS is known as a cascading style sheet. Okay, and it is very simple designing language. Okay, to make our web page presentable. CSS defines layout of HTML. Okay, so it defines the layout of HTML documents. For example, CSS covers font, color, margins, lines, height, width, background images, and advanced positions and many other things. Okay, so CSS is a very simple design language, and it makes our web page presentable. Okay, so importance of CSS defines how HTML elements are to be displayed. Okay, so we are using different HTML tags or elements. Okay, so CSS define how these HTML elements are displayed. Styles are normally saved in an external .css file. Okay, for HTML we are using .html tag. Okay, for CSS we will use .css. Okay, external style sheet enables you to change the appearance and layout of all the pages in a website just by editing one single file. Okay, so we have a one single file in which we will edit according to our requirements. Okay, and it will change the appearance and layout of all the pages. Okay, so we have to edit in only one file. Okay, advantages of CSS. Improves website presentation. Okay, so website presentation must be proper. Okay, so CSS improves the website presentation. External CSS makes updates easier and smoother, that I have explained over here. Okay, so if we want to change something, okay, we have to just edit in one single file. Okay, so it is a very easy to update something. External CSS helps web pages load faster. Okay, so when we load our website, the CSS used to load faster to our web pages. Okay, so these all are the advantages of CSS. So disadvantages are browser dependent, as I have explained in the first lecture. Okay, we have a different design issues in the website designing, and the most major issue is browser dependent. So CSS is also browser dependent. Difficult to retrofit in old website. Okay, so we cannot get the old back. Okay, so it is very difficult to retrofit in old websites. So these all are the importance of CSS. Basic syntax of CSS. A CSS rule has two main parts. First is selector and second is declarations. Okay, so we have a two part, selector and declaration. Selector, so we are using h1 over here, and we have a declaration 1 and declaration 2, in which we have to define the style. So here we want the color, so we have to write color colon, which color we want, so blue, so we have to write blue over here, semicolon. Okay, now we want font size 12 pixels, so font size colon, we have to mention the number which font size we want. Okay, so here we want 12, so we write 12. So this color and font size is known as a property. Okay, and blue and 12 is known as a value of this property. Okay, so we have to write the property over here. It may be color, font size. Okay, so it is the property, and this blue 12 it is known as a value. Okay, so this is a declaration, which type of appearance we want. Okay, according to that we have to write in the declaration. The selector can be HTML elements, ID or class, so it may be ID or class. Each declaration consists of properties and value. It is depends on our requirements, which color we want, which font size we want. According to that we have to write, but we have to maintain this syntax. So color colon name of color, font size colon number of font size. Okay, the property is the style attribute you want to change. Each property has a value, we can change it. Okay, and every property have a value. The ID selector, here we have a ID or class that I have explained. Selector may be ID or class that I have explained over here. So ID selector, the ID selector is used to specify the style for a single unique element. Okay, so if we have a single and unique element, then we have to use the ID selector. The ID selector uses the ID attributes of the HTML elements and it defines with a has in a CSS. Okay, like use this symbol. The style rule below will be applied to the element with ID is equal to parameter 1. Okay, so we are using parameter 1 over here. So see here we have a HTML and CSS. So this is our parameter which we are using in the ID. Okay, so we have to mention over here, and we have to use this has symbol. So has parameter 1. Okay, and in semicolon we have to mention the color. Okay, so we are using color over here, so color colon blue. Okay, now in HTML tag we are using header h1 slash h1 closing, h1 slash h1 ending. Okay, so here we are writing hello friends, here we are writing how are you. Okay, so in hello friends we are passing the ID. So ID is equal to parameter 1, and for parameter 1 we are writing CSS over here. Okay, so we have to write has parameter 1 in which we have to mention the property. Here I am using property color and value is blue. Okay, so this parameter 1 is passed over here. So hello friends will be displayed in the blue color. See here. Okay, and for how are you we are writing h1 tag in which we have no description, so by default it will display in the black color. Okay, so this is the ID selector. Next is the class selector. The class selector is used to specify the style for a group of elements. Remember this, ID is used for a single and unique element and class is used for a group of elements. Okay, so remember this. The class selector uses the HTML class attributes and it is defined with a dot in a CSS. Okay, so see here we are representing my class. Okay, so name is my class, so before that I use dot. Okay, so dot my class in which curly bracket we have to use the property with its value. Now I am using color property with value blue. Okay, so this is my class, so my class will be displayed over here. So in h1 I am writing class is equal to my class in hello friend. Okay, in h1 tag I am writing hello friends slash h1, so it is over. So hello friends will be displayed in the blue color. Okay, now see here we have a h1, close h1 in I am writing how are you. So for how are you I have no description, so how are you will be displaying the black color. Now h1 class again my class, so in my class we have a blue color, so how are you will display in blue color. Okay, this one is closing. So see here hello friends, how are you, how are you. Okay, so this is a class selector. A different way to write CSS. There are three ways of writing a style sheet, that is inline style, internal embedded style sheet and external style sheet. Okay, so we have a three types, that is inline, internal and external. Internal is also known as a embedded style. So first is inline style. It is possible to place CSS right in your HTML code. Okay, and this method of CSS uses is referred to as a inline CSS. Inline CSS has the highest priority out of external and internal CSS. This means that you can override styles that are defined in external or internal by using inline CSS. Okay, so inline CSS has the highest priority. If you want to add a style inside an HTML element, all you have to do is specify the desired CSS property with the style HTML attributes. So for example, I have to write in paragraph style is equal to background. Okay, background color. So background will display the background color, colon I have a blue, so it will display the background color blue, and color is equal to white. Okay, now I am writing my inline CSS and with paragraph n. Okay, so this is the inline style, and inline style has a highest priority. We can override the style we are writing in the external and internal using inline css. Okay, so internal style sheet, this type of css is only for single web page. Remember this. When using internal css, we must add a new tag, that is style, inside the head. Okay, so we are writing tag in our head and body parts. Okay, so we are writing style in a head tag. Remember this, and this is only for single web page. Okay, the html code below consists of an example of styles uses. Okay, so for internal style sheet, we are using tag style. Okay, this is our tag. So see here, we have a html, closing html, here we have a head, here we have a head close, body. In body I am writing one text, that is your page content. Okay, that I am writing in the paragraph. This is a basic, everyone know it now. Okay, now we are using internal style sheet. Okay, so I am using which tag? Style, style, style. Okay, so this is style, start and closing. In style I am writing type is equal to text. Okay, slash css I have to write. So in paragraph I am writing color red. Okay, so my text will be display in which color? Red color. Okay, so this is the internal style sheet. Next is external style sheet. When using css, it is preferable to keep the css separate from your html. Okay, pressing css in a separate file allows the web designer to completely differentiate between the content of html and the design of css. Okay, so we have to write the separate. External css is a file that contain only css code and it's saved with a .css file extension. Okay, so external css in which it contain only the css content for designing. This css file is then referred in your html using the link instead of style. Okay, so I am writing my css separately. Okay, for example, this is my html. It is very simple: html start, html end. We have a two part, that is head and body, and in body I am writing some content using paragraph. So p, hello friends, this I will explain. So now this is my css. Okay, so text.css. Okay, now here I am using parameter 1, and this is head, this is id that I have explained earlier. Now text align is equal to center. Okay, and in p, single p, I am writing color is blue. Okay, so this is my only css file that I am saving using .css extension. Now this text.css I will use in this demo.html using link. Okay, that is mentioned over here. So I am using which tag? Link tag. So see here, text.css. So I am using link. Okay, style sheet, type is equal to text. Okay, and href, that is for link, that I have explained in the HTML lecture. So href is equal to which file? Text.css. So I have to mention over here text.css. Okay, so these all alignment is center and color is blue is now store over here. Okay, so wherever I am using parameter 1, this content will display in the center and color blue. So now see here, I am writing hello friends in only paragraph. So it will display only in the black color. But now for how are you, I am using, see here in the paragraph tag, p is my paragraph, id is equal to which id I am using? Parameter 1. So para1. Okay, how are you, paragraph tag is closed. So this how are you will display in this manner. So I am using text align center and color is blue. So this how are you will display in center and with color blue. Okay, so see here, hello friends is as it is. Okay, left side, for p I am using color also. Okay, sorry. So for parameter it is only center, and for p I am using color blue. Okay, so these hello friends, it contain p over here, so it will display in the blue color, but no alignment, because for alignment I am using parameter 1. Okay, so it will display only in the blue color, and by default our center, our alignment is left. So hello friend is displaying the left side, but here I am using P also and ID also, so it will display in alignment center and color will be blue. Okay, so this is the external style sheet. Okay, we are using link, okay, to link our CSS file, .css file. Okay, so external style sheet advantages: it keeps your website design and content separate. Okay, it's much easier to reuse your CSS code if you have it in the separate file. Instead of typing the same CSS code on every web page, you have a simple have many pages refer to a single CSS file with the link tag. Okay, so once we write this, okay, we can use in a different HTML. Okay, so we have to write only once. You can make drastic changes to your web pages with just a few changes in the single CSS file that I have explained earlier. If I want to change something, okay, then I have to change only into text.css over here. Okay, then it will change automatically in the HTML page. Okay, assign multiple classes. We can apply different class to a same HTML elements by giving space separated class names in the class attributes. Okay, so this is the same as the previous. So here I have a two classes, that is dot class 1 in which we have a color blue, dot class 2 in which we have a text align center. Okay, so we have two classes. So if we want only blue color, then use class 1. If we want only text align, then use only class 2. But if we want both, text align must be in center and color must be in blue, then we have to use both class 1 and class 2. So see here, like this I have to write h1 class is equal to class 1 class 2 in double quotes how are you. So how are you will display in a blue color and align will be in center. Okay, so we can use multiple classes. Okay, so multiple selection, we can apply same CSS to multiple section using common separated selector list. Okay, so we have a different selector, okay, and different section. Okay, so multiple selection, we can apply same CSS to multiple selectors using common separated selector list. Okay, for example, here we have a, see here we have a text.css and we have a color blue. Okay, now I am using P comma h1. So P is my paragraph and h1 is my header. Okay, so this is my HTML code that everyone know, HTML start and head body. Okay, in head I am providing this link using link. Okay, href is equal to text.css. So this CSS text.css will display over here. Okay, now in body I am writing two lines, that is one is paragraph. Okay, hello friends in paragraph, and h1 how are you is in the header. Okay, so I am using P comma h1. Okay, so color is blue, so this color blue will affect in both P and h1. Okay, so how are you, hello friends will be displaying blue color and how are you will be displaying blue color. So see here, hello friends, how are you. Okay, so this is a multiple selection. Okay, so we have a multiple section and in multiple section we can use the same properties with its value. Okay, so this is a multiple selection. Multi-level selection, we can use hierarchical path to target HTML element by space separated elements, class, ID, names. Okay, so for example, see here we have a color blue and we are using div h1, so h1 will be divide. Okay, so here we have a HTML header same, body, in body we have a h1. Okay, so in first h1 I am writing hello friends. Okay, now I am dividing, so I am using div tag, so div start, div close. Now in div I am writing h1, so h1 how are you, h1 close. Okay, so what happened, hello friends is same left side alignment by default and color is black. Now for h1, this division h1 I am mentioning this, I have a h1 two times, hello friends and how are you. Okay, but in h1 I am in first h1 I am not writing anything. Okay, so it will display as it is, but now next h1 I am dividing. Okay, and for div h1 I am using color blue. Okay, so div start over in which I have to write the h1 tag. Okay, in H1 I am writing how are you, so how are you will display in the blue color. Okay, so this is known as a multi-level selection. Okay, so I can separate H1 tag. Okay, so this is a multi-level selection. Okay, thank you.